Welcome back to Chicks in Construction, where the dust never settles and the stories get real.
In today's gem, a bathroom DIY gone horribly wrong.
It started with the desire for a new fart fan and turned into a little mold.
One weekend project later, and boom! It snowballed into a 5-figure disaster.
2 contractors, endless headaches, and a bathroom that could star in its own horror film.
So grab your hard hat, because this is one renovation nightmare you do not want to repeat.
Hello, and welcome back to the Chicks in Construction podcast. I'm your host, Mikki, and this is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And we're doing it today, okay? We're doing it lady. And if you don't know what do it lady means, then you need to get on the TikTok and you need to find the guy that says do it lady. Just do a search. You'll find it. You'll love it. It will make you laugh. I was just explaining to Jess and Joe about this character on the talk. I don't even have TikTok. It's my husband's, right? But he has some good phrases. And I like a good phrase. And the one is do it lady. So today we're doing it lady.
We're doing do it, lady. I
like
it.
Yeah. So, small talk. As you know, we're working on it.
Yeah,
we're
trying.
We're gonna do a little small chit chat today. It's harder because Jess and I cannot see each other through the microphones.
The microphones cause us.
The microphones. It's like, hey, are you? How are you?
Revoking.
Are you there? Also, we didn't let each other know what colors we were wearing today. Neither of us are going to a funeral, just so you know. No one died. This is just what we both chose.
We are spending apparently too much time together, and yet we hardly ever see each other.
Yes, it's both. Because one, I am the friend, and I'm just going to let you guys know right now, my love language is fire ass reels, okay? I'm going to send you between 37 to 52 fire reels, and they're solid. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. They're not ones where you're going to watch the beginning of it. And Jess, if you do this, don't admit to it. Where you watch the 2 seconds and you're like, oh, Mikki, you send the same reels. They involve raccoons. They involve birds. They involve dogs. If there's a reel that has some shenanigans, I'm going to send it to you. And I have 5 people I rotate my reel sending to. So though Jess and I have not seen each other, she has gotten
all the reels.
No less than 10,000 reels.
Yeah. And you might even be downplaying that a little bit.
I might be. You think I'm overselling it. Nope. I could be underselling it. Yep. I really overwhelm her inbox.
And now that I know that is your love language, I've been starting to send her some back.
She has. And I'm like,
I feel like they're pretty good.
Oh, yeah, they're good. I love her reel. I love her. I'm here for it. So there's that. Jess and I haven't seen each other because we've talked about last time. She's got kids. I've got dogs. Oh, fun story about my dogs. And not really fun, but we're going to make it fun. It's been a very expensive week.
Oh, no.
In the world of dogs.
Which one is expensive now?
Both. Well, 2 of the 4. Mm-hmm. I know. That's a lot of dogs.
It's a lot of dogs.
So Optimus Prime, who I should have named Megatron. I'm not going to lie to you. He is not Optimus Prime. He is Megatron. I was hoping for an Optimus Prime. I got a Megatron. He was limping. And so he's 200 and at the time 25 pounds. And you just listen, as an experienced Mastiff owner, I was like, oh, we're going to the vet. So the thing about that is when you take a large dog to the vet for a limp, just get your checkbook out. Get it.
Is it like owning a boat where they're bring out another 1,000?
Yeah.
There needs to be some acronym for the dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's. I think one of the things they say about having a boat is throwing money into a hole in the water. Mm-hmm. It's like that with dogs. And in all reality, he's 6 years old. He's overweight, unfortunately. Not by my hand. I'm going to blame my husband on that. And he's got arthritis. I know that's what it is, but obviously we need x-rays to confirm that it's arthritis. They have to sedate him because he's 225 pounds.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, $1,000 later, they call me and they're like, oh, yeah, no bone cancer, just arthritis literally everywhere. And
everywhere?
Everywhere. Hips, elbows, ankles, everything, which
good Lord,
I genuinely don't understand because having so many Mastiffs, this dog has been on joint supplements since he was born. So I don't
maybe you need better ones.
I clearly clearly did not do it, lady. I did not do it, lady. So $1,000 there. Nice. Then Otis. I honestly don't know how much detail I should go into because some people are squeamish.
So maybe
I'll keep it high level. But I have a little 16-pound terrier. His name is Otis. He thinks he's a mastiff. Big energy. Bossy. All the things. I call him the urban polar bear because he looks a little bit like a polar bear. Not really, but
he's white.
He's white adjacent, and he is very bossy. So I came home the other day, and I said, Hector, I'm going to need you to go when you get home into the crawl space because I believe there is a dead animal. The body's decomposing in our crawl space because the house smelled like that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that.
Was it your dog?
It was. And so he had an accident or three in the house, which he never has. So I knew he was sick. So I immediately called the vet. We go to the vet and he has pancreatitis.
What?
Yeah. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing with dogs. And so they're like the doctor's face is grim. I'm giving you grim. Okay. And she's like, listen. You have, like, he has to be on a very, very restricted diet. Like, she was like, stop giving him treats. And I was like, you stop giving him treats. You deal with him where everybody else gets a treat and he doesn't get a treat. Okay. You have no idea what you're asking, ma'am. And she was like, let me put it to you this way. If this doesn't get under control in the next couple of days, he's going to have to be hospitalized.
Oh, that's going to be expensive.
I was like, so no treats for no treats for Otis. Hector gets no treats, neither does Otis. So, so $1,500 vet bill week, and that's if he doesn't have to go into the hospital. Oh, so goodness. Y'all send Otis some vibes. When this airs, we should be fine, but collectively, if you could just send him good vibes so he doesn't get it again, that would be great. People are like, do not say that pets are children because they are not. And I'm like, listen, I know they're not because if you lock a child in a crate, you're going to jail. I can lock my dogs in a crate and that's perfectly acceptable. I understand they're not the same, but sometimes they cost the same.
Okay?
Yeah. So don't come for me.
That is an expensive
I'm out here making it rain at the vet. So that's my chitty chat.
I mean, I don't know how you follow that.
It's a lot.
I have no major hospital visits, updates. Thank God.
That's good. Knocking on wood.
Knocking on it. We did all the things at Camp Abreu. To finish up the summer. Camp Abreu is me. I'm the camp counselor.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Jess is the camp. She is the camp and the camp counselor.
And
She's
nurse,
the chef,
the cook,
the nurse,
the chauffeur,
the bus driver.
We just finished up doing all that. They're back at school. They're loving.
I saw their little first day of school pictures. It's so adorable.
They're so cute.
They are very cute.
And then we're in the middle of softball season. So I have life during the hours of 9 and 3 and Monday through Friday. And after that,
don't call her.
Don't.
She's not available.
I'm not available.
Don't. She can't come to your event. She's got softball.
It's softball. They are on 3 different teams.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
What are they trying to go to college on softball?
I don't know. Well, my older one just really likes it. So she's on a travel team and a rec team. And my husband coaches all 3 of them.
My best friend that still lives in Florida, which I don't understand how anybody still lives in that state. Well, specifically Orlando. I don't know how anybody lives in Orlando. I grew up there, so I can say it. They did the travel softball. And I honestly, but my God, today, the amount of money they spent, they could have just put their kids through college. Like the whole point was like to get scholarships, which they did. Her daughter full ride to college on a scholarship for softball. And then her son just started college, full ride on baseball. But at the end of the day,
it's a lot.
I'm pretty sure they could have just paid for college if they hadn't paid for all the because it's not just travel ball. It's like coaches and pitch coaches and batting coaches, and I'm just like, no. And then your whole life.
Yeah. So luckily, because my husband is the coach of the travel team, we don't have any crazy travel schedule. Like,
Okay.
it's just one tournament every other weekend.
No big deal.
That's not bad. It's only
terrible.
like an hour and a half away, so you're not staying in a hotel or anything like that. So
You are a good mom, because I'm like, immediately no. This is why I don't have kids.
This is why you have dogs.
0%.
See, I don't want to have to pick up poop.
That's true.
Or-
You don't have to deal with a dead body in the house that was not a dead body.
No. See, we have our things.
That's
You
right.
you can
She
handle
gladly deals with travel ball, while I gladly deal with
poop.
monstrosities, with crimes committed in my home. It's a crime.
So, oh man. But yeah, so I'm glad that they're back at school and they're enjoying it. And
Yay.
now I can,
Get back to business.
back to the business at hand, which I have to tell you about. We got a homeowner horror story.
We do.
And I died laughing.
I said this to her. I was like, you're going to love this.
Yeah, Mikki saw it first, and she sent it to me, and she's like, so this person takes privacy to like another whole level. So like,
I was like, Jess, I thought you were extra. Just kidding. This is the definition of extra.
you know that I am not going to tell anybody's real name. It's just not happening.
Yeah,
I just don't want to.
Even if you
just
give
in
us
case.
permission.
So this person's name is Joe Smith.
And then they make a note, like they mention it in the email, like that they're like, sorry, I just take privacy really seriously. And I'm like, clearly you don't watch the show.
You've never met
'cause
me.
Jess does too.
Their email address
This
is
the best part.
no chance I'm telling you at secrets.com.
And you know what kind of sucks about this is I had some follow-up questions on this one. Like, I was like, I couldn't respond to Joe
No.
Smith
So
at
Joe,
no chance I'm telling you at secrets.com, because that wasn't a real email.
So Joe, I think that you really do live in Florida, because you did put Central in the story. There is Central Florida listed there, but we might need you to give us some updates.
Yeah,
and
you might
further
need to
the
give
information
in the
here.
comments section. You can make a fake YouTube thing if you didn't want anybody to know who you are, very, very anonymously, and give us some context,
Yeah.
because we're gonna get into it. But I have questions.
So let me start. He starts with, sorry for the vague email and name. I don't like the idea of people knowing my stuff. Me neither.
Yeah, Jess is like, get your nose out my business.
But here is my story. I live in Central Florida, where the heat and humidity never let up.
it's true.
And if you own a house here, you know it can eat away at everything over time.
Yeah.
Last May, I finally decided to tackle the peeling drywall and musty smell in our guest bathroom, which
Oh my God.
I can't stand a musty smell in the bathroom.
I
Like,
immediately panic. I immediately panic because of the mold. Now that I know so much about mold, I'm like, oh
no, we cannot have that. He says, for years, the paint had been bubbling, and I figured it was just poor ventilation. My wife had been telling me to put in a real exhaust fan, and I thought, how hard could it be?
Oh my
famous
God.
last words.
Famous. How hard could it be?
It'll be fine.
It's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. A little DIY project. Never hurt anybody. Said no one ever. No. So they set aside about $5,000 to update the bathroom. He says, my plan was simple. Replace the fan, paint, get a new vanity, and if I was lucky, put in some tile. So I'm like,
that seems legit.
yeah.
Unless it's the world's largest bathroom.
But he says that he wants to tackle the peeling drywall for the musty smell. Like, is paint going to just cover that up?
No.
So I was like, maybe he just, forgot that he was
gonna have to take drywall out. You know
drywall
what?
down.
I'm suspicious of. Again, Joe, I would have loved to be able to email you back and ask you this question, but I'm suspicious if he thought that just putting in a fan, which is it sucks air out, like especially like they even make fans now that you don't have to switch them on. they have a thermostat. And so when it gets to a certain temperature or humidity inside the bathroom, it will just turn on and pull the humidity out of the room. And honestly, if you are doing anything and switching out your fans in your house, get that kind, because nobody turns I call it the fart fan. Nobody turns the fart fan on. Nobody ever. So get that. So it will just turn on automatically. But I'm thinking that maybe he thought he was going to solve the drywall issue with the fan. That's what I thought. But again, I couldn't ask him.
He did pull some drywall from the ceiling down to put in the new fan.
And that's when shit got real.
And that's when it gets crazy. There was black spots on the back of the drywall. Mold. Not just a little patch either. It was running down the wall cavity and behind the vanity. I am not an expert. Good job.
Yeah.
Knowing what you are.
That's right. Knowing our limits. Knowing our limits. That's step one.
But I knew right then and there this was something I couldn't just ignore, and a little bleach wasn't going to cut it.
No.
Do not put bleach.
Don't do that.
Even I know that.
Yeah, but you would be surprised how many people think, oh, just spray some bleach on it and you're good. And listen, I'm not a scientist. We know that. I'm a drywall contractor. But we've had experts on the show that have said, don't put bleach on it. Like, bleach isn't going to solve the problem. If it's kind of like, if it's on the surface level, it's all up in that board and bleach, unless you're going to soak the whole sheet of drywall in bleach.
You're not going to kill it all.
You're not.
It's not going to happen.
It has to be remediated, my guy.
Yes. So that's when we switched gears. I called a local mold remediation company. They quoted me $2,800 to clean it up.
Reasonable.
I know. Especially if you have mold everywhere. I mean, I'm like, you got to get it out.
It's a good price.
I was not pleased with the price.
Well, Joe, that was a reasonable price, my guy.
Yep. I mean, he wants to do $5,000 to do this whole thing, so that's more than half his budget.
He's like, you blew my budget. And I'm like, well, the mold, blame the mold.
The tile. I'm not going to get the tile. But wifey said it needed to get done, so 2 days later, they showed up, sealed off the room, and started pulling things out.
Love that they sealed off the room. That's great.
Yeah. So he had a good company.
Yeah.
So things are going okay. I mean, it's not great to have mold.
I mean, we're still here, so we know it ends bad, but it's starting okay.
It started okay. That is when we learned that the previous homeowners had cut every corner in the book. They had used regular drywall in the shower, and there was no vapor barrier at all. Years of steam had soaked everything, and the mold had gotten into the studs. Now the job needed a full gut all the way down to the framing. The bill went from $2,800 to $6,700 just to get us back to a clean slate. So explain to me, because I'm not very familiar with drywall. I know it has to go up everywhere in your home. Yeah. What is this vapor barrier he speaks of?
Okay, so this is a thing that you'll see more commonly in like very humid places like Florida, or like even in when we built in the Turks and Caicos, like there. So any place that gets spicy hot and has a lot of humidity, it's essentially a sheet of plastic.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing fancy, but vapor barriers are tricky because they can sometimes cause more problems than they prevent. So somebody at some point started this rumor that if you put a vapor barrier up, it's going to protect your insulation and your framing and all of these things from mold. But essentially what it can do is it can catch like humidity in between that plastic sheeting and your drywall and create like a petri dish scenario for things to grow. And so like while it might prevent it from getting into your insulation and into your framing, it's still going to create a world of problems. So there's just better products than a vapor barrier to use. Like, really what you want to do is have something that prevents moisture from getting in from the get-go, from the start. Yeah. Obviously, that like ship has sailed like a fan, like one of those. Obviously, for this dude, for Joe, that ship has sailed.
Yes.
But vapor barriers are some say they're the best thing ever. Some people who've dealt with like the ramifications of a vapor barrier are like, never again.
Yeah. So moral of the story is no vapor barrier.
Yeah.
Yes, get better.
Yeah, better just get a better product. Like especially in a shower, like we know that there are products out there that are waterproof. Like get a waterproof system in your shower and have an awesome fan that can suck out the heat, because in reality, your ceiling is going to be drywall. Mm-hmm. So it can be a moisture resistant drywall, but I'm going to let you guys, our viewers, in on a little secret here. Okay. Moisture resistant drywall is a little bit of a sham. It's a little scam. And I'm not saying it doesn't have some moisture, like mold preventing properties in it. But water does what water wants. Water does not care about your plans in life. And if something is gonna continuously get wet and not have the opportunity to like fully dry, I don't care what it is, unless it is one of these completely waterproof situations. If it's a drywall product, it's going to have mold grow on it. And I know this because I've been a drywaller for 20 years and I've seen the moisture resistant drywall covered in black mold. So really the key is, yes, you put a drywall up on your ceiling. You can make it moisture resistant. That's fine. But you have to have a really good ventilation if you like take really hot showers or there's a lot of humidity in your bathroom. You have to have really good ventilation. That's the key.
Good to know.
Now you know.
I love taking a hot shower, so I always put my fan on.
Oh, good job.
Always.
Good job.
Because I know it gets.
I have to have the special fans because I will not. Yeah, I just won't. I'm a problem.
Oh man. So poor Joe. At this point, he gave up on the idea of a DIY, and he hired a contractor. The guy came recommended by a friend, so I thought he would be solid.
We know about that.
Yep, that happened last time too. I will call him Contractor A, because again,
Joe's about privacy up in here.
He's not spilling the tea on who they are. He quoted $12,000 to rebuild the bathroom, said it would take 3 to 4 weeks, and promised to handle everything. I signed the contract on June 18th. By mid-July, we were already behind. He was constantly rescheduling. People barely showed up. And at one point, he left electrical wires hanging out of the ceiling for over a week.
Yeah, I had a question on that.
Yeah, frustrated and wanted things to move quicker. He had seemed nice and was recommended, and yet he was not handling the job as we were hoping or expecting. So let's talk about these wires.
Okay.
What do we think?
There's so much. First of all, okay. $12,000? Like, I get that we had to take this down to the studs, but like, are we putting in Carrera marble? Like, how big is your bathroom? This is why I wanted to reach out to Joe, because I'm like, sir,
right?
Is it a 7-piece bathroom? Like, I don't understand. That's so much money.
Maybe his wife was like, now that we have to take it down to the studs, I'm going to get a bathroom that I really wanted.
She's like, I'm putting in my dream soaking tub, which, listen, I support you. Everyone should have a dream soaking tub. I have literally renovated houses around a bathtub. The first thing I purchased was the bathtub, and I did the design around the bathtub. So I get you. So maybe that was this.
Maybe.
Because I'm just like, I don't get it, but I could not ask Joe what the deal was. The other thing, too, is like when you say wires, I mean, were they live wires? Were they sparking? Were they I would hope tripping
not.
Your breaker box? So like if you're just seeing wires, unless they're sparking or causing mini fires in your bathroom,
right?
That's kind of not a big deal. Like wires be hanging. Like that's what they do.
The electrician probably came in and like did some things with the wires and then left it there for the next.
Yes, until this fun fact for everybody, but mostly Joe. Until we put a fixture up there's gonna be wires. So I was interested as to why that was such a concern, unless they were like not, again, if they were sparking and causing like mini fires in his bathroom, which I feel like if that were the case, it would have been in the email.
They were probably capped wires.
I am assuming so.
And
I
he was
don't
just
didn't
mad that they were
understand
there.
why this was so upsetting to him. But he
was annoyed.
He put it in the email, so he was hot about it. Hot.
Yes. And it
So,
gets
yeah.
worse.
Yeah. Oh, he does. This poor guy.
This poor guy. He's like, I should have never
He's like, I hate
done
my
anything
life.
to this bathroom. I should have just left it.
Should have just burned the house down.
Should have just moved. Put the house for sale. Move. Just get a brand new one. That'll
That's
be
my
fine.
go-to whenever, like, when I told my sister about the situation with my dog. My sister goes, "Burn it down, Mickey. Burn it down."
Yeah. Well, that would be if I had to clean up dog crap. That would be what I would do too.
That was my sister's response.
Oh my gosh. When my sister, so like when I was younger and I lived at home with my parents and stuff, my youngest sister got a dog, her own dog, a little Jack Russell Terrier. And I was pissed off that like she got a dog and like I couldn't have a
The
dog.
nerve.
Anyway,
Outrage.
Outrageous. But I came home from work one day and that little
shit.
yeah, can I swear on this? I don't even know.
I have it marked on our podcast settings that we use foul language.
Oh, okay, great. So that little shit had left a nice pile of shit on the floor right as you came in the door.
So outrageous.
And I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna leave it
I know that my sister will come home next. Like she should be the next one.
And
to
it's her
arrive home.
dog.
And it's her dog. So I just backed right the fuck up. I locked the door, got in my car, and drove away. Because I was like, I'm not.
You're like, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yep. Another time, I got to my parents' house, like when I wasn't living there, but I still had the key, and their dog had crapped on the floor. I literally got a box out of the recycling bin.
No, you didn't.
And I just put it on top of crap.
Yes. This is also why Jess does not have dog.
I put it right there, and then I went into the other living room and
you're
hung
like,
out
it's
there
fine.
until they got home.
Somebody got home. You're
And
like,
I
hey,
was
there's a little surprise for you.
I covered up a little treat for you that your dog left. I didn't have any bows to put on it. But
Oh man, that's
anyways.
delightful. Sorry, that was a delightful side note.
little
Okay,
tangent
you're
there.
welcome for that.
Sorry. So now the tile guy comes for this bathroom.
Okay, all right.
So the tile guy he brought in made it even worse.
Oh God, why is it always a tile guy?
Apparently, tile is really hard to do.
It's
and
wild
people
in
just,
these streets with the tile guys.
They just thinking that they can do
Listen,
everything.
I got a good tile guy, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever I recommend him to people, I'm like, listen, he's the grumpiest human you've ever met. He's a great tile guy, but he's also Eeyore in physical form.
Oh
So
my
if you can
gosh.
handle that, I'll give you his contact information, but I just want you to know in advance.
We're letting
He
you know up front.
grumpy.
He's a grumpy. Well, he's not going all the way to Florida. But
No, he's not.
So this tile guy did the slope on the shower floor wrong.
slope is
and the water
important.
was pooling in the back corner.
Not good.
I pointed it out and he brushed me off. I had to insist they rip it out and redo it. That fight cost us another week and the work still didn't feel right. Feel right, was right, you know.
I have a lot of feelings. They're not always right.
A lot of feelings. They're mostly right.
I mean,
By August, we were living in with one bathroom, 2 kids under 10, and a very frustrated wife.
yeah.
I finally fired contractor A and hired someone else. So I guess so since June that they were living, because they say by August we were living with one bathroom. But I mean,
God,
I feel like they were
today.
just
The whole time they
living-
didn't have a bathroom.
a bathroom that they could really use because it got all torn up.
great
I think he was
follow-up
just really
question.
feisty when he was writing this. And so
Yeah, he
was
he was
like,
hot. He was Florida.
I can just imagine him.
And then
Sorry, Joe. We don't mean to laugh at your
no, we're
pain.
not laughing at you exactly. We're
We're
laughing
with you.
with you,
hopefully.
adjacent to you. Sorry, we're sorry, Joe. We
We're
don't
sorry
mean to
for
laugh
your.
at you.
So then he
It's not
hires
funny.
contractor B
Okay,
because again,
specifically no
names.
names.
Contractor B was better, but he came in at a higher price. His quote to finish everything was $17,000. At that point, I had no choice. The bathroom was torn apart and we were already thousands in. But like some stuff was done. So I feel like this contractor was like, yeah, I'm just going to give you the I don't really want to do it price to see if you pay it.
Yeah.
Or you're up the creek without a paddle price.
Right. Yeah. It's more you're up a creek without a paddle price and you like everybody's going to charge you this amount of money. So you might as well just pay me. But again, I'm like
how big
really
is the
wish
bathroom?
we could have had a follow-up question because I'm just like, okay, wait. So how much did you end up paying the initial guy? Did you pay him in full? Like, how did that? Please, God, no.
I'm assuming not.
Yeah. So, like, why was it now 17? Like, did the guy do nothing, or did everything the guy do had to be undone? Like, so many questions.
So many questions.
Unanswered questions because Joe took his privacy
very
seriously. I really would have liked. But listen, there's still learnable things in here. That's why we're sharing. Because some of you may be like, why are you sharing the story if we don't have answers to our follow-up questions? Because it still happened, allegedly. I mean, we're assuming that Joe's not lying.
Joe's not lying. I mean, I wonder if like his price points were a little, like if he exaggerated the cost to make it a better story. Maybe. But either way.
I mean, I do love some drama.
You don't want your tile to be wrong in the shower because
it's a big deal. It's actually a big deal. So when it pools in the back, eventually that grout will fail, and that's how you get the water will penetrate and it will get into the wood, and then it will start rotting. I guess when you add the humidity and just the fact that Florida is the surface of the sun all year round. It probably could lead to a mold situation. So like you do have to take that your shower pan is installed properly. You have to take that seriously. So that does matter. So he was right to push back on that. But again, I'm like, so did the new contractor come in and say, okay, we're demoing all of this and like starting from scratch? $17,000?
I mean,
so confused.
I'm going to say that he must have done it all over again.
Yeah.
Because then he says the final inspection didn't happen until October 7th, 4 months after I started. What was supposed to be a simple $5,000 update turned into a $26,987 lesson.
Okay, so that means he paid both contractors. Yeah, in full. What? What are we doing, people?
Yeah. Crazy. So one, don't pay somebody in full if they haven't done the work.
I feel like this horse, we have beaten it to death, but we're just going to keep on beating it. You have to stay in control of the money. So our last guest that we had on talked about deposits and talked about, really how there's a level of liability that the contractor is taking on by taking on your project and fronting costs up front. I think that is a fair thing for like when you're building a brand new house. But when you're doing a renovation, there should be some risk on their end because there's a whole lot of risk on your end. So keeping as like negotiating deposits, and the other thing that was a really good tidbit because you haven't seen nobody but me and Joe have seen. Joe's also there's two Joes. There's Joe in the story, and there's Joe that is our studio god. He's a studio god. He keeps us on track.
Yes.
He tells us when we've been talking for an hour and shut it down. So that happened last time. So one thing that she really mentioned, which I thought was, there's such good advice, was having all of the, like what is going into each phase in the contract.
That is good.
So when somebody doesn't provide the right tile, or they don't provide the right, like the shower pan's not installed correctly, like if all of that was in writing, then you could say, well, clearly, you haven't provided this, so I'm not paying for this. So really, it's all about your contract. It's all about how you've documented everything, because allowances is how a lot of general contractors will come in and say, okay, well, we're going to give you an allowance for tile. So in that allowance for tile, you need to have it specifically what kind of tile it is, because they can come back and say, oh, well, for that kind of tile, we have to charge you $5,000 more. And it's like, no. So that's where having it in writing and having it very specifically, like this is the product that is in for this allowance. It covers you both. It covers the GC for if you want to change, and it covers yourself if the GC starts acting a little cray. So a $26,000 bathroom renovation to me is
crazy.
What?
It's a lot.
And I'm like, okay, on the mold side of things, I think that price, the $6,700 or whatever it ended up coming to,
right?
That sounds right to me. And I know if you're a homeowner, and I'm assuming this bathroom is not that big of a bathroom, that sounds like the most ridiculous amount of money. But if you're using the right people and they have the right certifications and they're doing things in the right way, they're making sure that there is no like potential health issues left inside of your studs. Like the studs have to be treated with a very specific product. It's very expensive. It has to be handled a certain way. You like everybody that's using it has to have very specific training and very specific education, or it could go horribly wrong. So on something like that, where you really need the results to be, and now my house is healthy and my kids are safe, that's not really something that you want to cut corners on or like, you know, go with the cheaper guy. Like no. $6,700 to me to like remediate a bathroom, like making sure that there's no mold properties left in that bathroom. It sounds about right. So does it suck? Yes. Is it completely and totally necessary? Also yes. But how we got from that, so that number of the $26,000 makes sense. The rest of the $20,000, I'm very confused because I'm like, listen, a plumber is going to charge. They charge about $500 a piece. And so when I say a piece, it's like the toilet is a piece. The sink is a piece. The shower is a piece. So like if you've heard, a 3-piece bath, meaning there's a toilet, a shower, a sink. So if you've got a dual vanity, okay, so that's a 4-piece bathroom. So I'm like, all right. And that includes coming in, putting in the new piping, you know, like connecting everything. So like you're around $500 a piece. I'm like, tile is what it is. How we got to $20,000 on a bathroom renovation. Again, unless we're laying Carrara marble down, just like wrapping the whole bathroom in Carrara marble, I'm confused. But again, I think really the situation here is staying in control of the money. And guys, we don't pay for things that are done incorrectly. I love that this guy, unlike I feel like the last bathroom renovation the last homeowner horror story that was a bathroom situation, they just paid for the crappy tile and then paid another guy to come in and do it. It seems like he pushed back and was like, no. So I love that. Good job, Joe. But it seems like he paid for it anyway. And I'm like, well, guys, we don't do that.
If you had $26,000, you take out the $6,000 for
the mold remediation.
So you have the 20. So he couldn't have paid. He must have paid part to the first guy.
Maybe. Yeah, because it was. Yeah. Okay, so he didn't pay in full, but daggone.
Still a lot of money.
It's
a
so
lot
much.
of money and too much
so
money for a bathroom. Like if you want to know how much things should cost, listen to our episode that we talked about budgets.
We did.
Like
it was, I don't remember what episode it was. It wasn't in the studio. It was when we were in my basement. So the lighting and the sound's not going to be as great. But it still has
the
great
information
facts.
is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So like I'm especially when you go into it like I just need a new fart fan. I mean, when you start there and it ends
he
in
probably has, like,
$26,000.
He has the best fart fan
It better
ever.
be. So my whole thing is I can't stand the sound. I cannot stand the sound of an exhaust fan.
Oh, okay.
Cannot stand it. But I'm not alone in this because there's an entire industry around the quietest exhaust fans in the world. And they're more expensive, obviously. If you don't want it to sound like, what is the word I'm looking for? One of those industrial size fans that you see like at Disney or wherever, like that are like, oh. If you don't want it to sound like that, you have to spend more, which I'm fine with because I don't want to hear it. So get the fan that doesn't make the sound. Get the fan that automatically turns on, like, and just removes the humidity out, that has a thermostat in it. I hope he has that now.
I'm sure he does.
I would have loved to ask.
Yep.
I would have loved to ask.
But yeah, he was not. I mean,
I think the takeaways from this are, again, just because somebody recommended a contractor, you still have to check up on them. And I will give you guys this example. And it's not always going to be like this, so you need to understand this. My neighbors, delightful humans, they're like in their early, maybe mid-20s, just had a baby. They had some damage to the soffit, which is like what's underneath your roof. And we recommended some guys that we know to them. They worked out a deal. Guys came. My God, today, they did the worst job I've ever seen. Now, my neighbors are lovely human beings, and they did not at any point think that this was my fault or like my responsibility just because I recommended them. But they did at some point mention that they were having a problem because they did a bad job, and then they kind of ghosted them. Oof. So let me tell y'all. I got on the phone with those guys, and I was like, here's the deal. I saw your work and it's so bad. Number one, I'm never recommending you to anyone ever again. I don't know what you were thinking. But number two, Venmo them back their money right now or I'm going to come find you. And I get the money from you face to face, making direct eye contact. They Venmoed that money right back. Now, you're not going to have that with everybody that gives you a recommendation. Like, that's not going to be the experience you have. So, like, because I made that recommendation, because these guys know who I am, they were like, oh.
We sorry.
Here's
sorry.
your money.
Yeah.
My bad. And then we found them actually, I connected them with Bailey from, you know the name of her company, and I don't. Cadmus Roofing. So I connected them with Bailey, who was on a guest on another one of our podcasts. Check that out. And she gave them a price and it all worked out. But just because somebody makes a recommendation, you got to do a little bit more digging. Because maybe somebody had a good experience, but it doesn't always mean that you're going to have that same experience.
I find it annoying when people give a recommendation of somebody that they didn't actually use their service.
Oh.
So, I find this a lot with companies that are in like BNIs and things like that. Not knocking a BNI and stuff
We're
like that.
We're
not knocking
but
it.
We're like, meh.
But just because somebody is recommended numerous times on a Facebook post or in a group or something, you want to make sure that those people actually used them for the service that they are going to be providing. Ask them if they have before and after pictures. Ask them for some more information so that you can be sure that they actually had this person do work and are really happy with it, and you can see the quality of work that they do. Because
God, I never even thought about that.
There are many people that will refer somebody because they are they could be friends with them, which fine. Like, I have friends that are in business that do high quality work, and I have seen their work.
Yeah.
And
maybe it's like a preface it. Like, hey, listen, I've never used them, but like these are buddies of mine. I've seen their work, but like letting people know if you haven't used them, say that, like, hey, just like, I know this guy, like you know, I've used the tile guy that I recommended. That's how I know he's so grumpy. But he's also my husband's nephew, which I think that also makes him my nephew by law. But
So you're not
claiming that.
You're not claiming Grumpy Pants. It's fine.
Grumpy Pants is a little too grumpy for me to claim as my nephew. So, like, I'll always explain to people, like, listen, he's grumpy. He's a good tile guy. He's also technically related to me. But, you know, like, I give the whole story. Like, and so I think if you're recommending somebody that you haven't used, but, like, you know them or you know them in the community, or you have to state you haven't used them.
Yes.
Like, that just seems like it should be the way it goes.
It should be. But, you know, so I'm just saying, like, be cautious.
Yeah.
Just because this is the second time that someone's come to recommended.
Yeah.
And it has not worked out.
And
so err on the side of caution.
Yeah. And I will tell you, it seems like the bathrooms are a hot item or hot area where a lot of people are expecting things to cost one thing, and then it's like, holy moly, that was so much more than I had anticipated. And I will say, a bathroom is a prime place for you to find some shenanigans because of water. Like, so like, if you're renovating a bathroom, absolutely, I would up your contingency, to be perfectly honest. We always say a 20% contingency. I would say 30, because listen, there's going to be something stupid in that bathroom. There's going to be something stupid in that bathroom. Unless everybody did their job right, which Murphy's Law suggests not even possible. So, yeah. Like, if you're doing a bathroom renovation, there's water involved. There's water intrusion involved. Like, they're gonna take that tile out, and it's gonna be like, what did you know? All your studs are rotted out. Like,
great.
It's dumb. It's stupid. But bathrooms are a hot item for, like, shenanigans. They shenan once, and they will shenan again in a bathroom. So that's that. So make sure you're checking your references, even if they were referred to you. Hold on to your money. Like, we understand that deposits need to be made, but I would recommend not paying a deposit until they can say, okay, we're gonna go get your tile. Go to the tile place and pay for the tile. Like, hold on to as much money as you can. Get creative with how you can hold on to your money for as long as you can. Talk to your GC in the beginning about you being weary about paying, all the money up front. Be like, hey, I watched these two crazy ladies on Chicks in Construction, and they say to hold on to your money, and I'd like to have a good experience, so I'm gonna hold on to my money. Can you work with me on that? Now, some GCs may say no, but if they say no,
there's a reason.
Why?
There's a reason. So you might want to,
you might want to just
find
interview another one. So yeah, we feel really bad for Anonymous Joe. $26,000. I hope he didn't say this in the email, but I hope that he's happy with the bathroom that he now has spent $26,000 to renovate.
He did say that he wondered what would have happened if he never opened the wall, and like if they would have gotten sick from all the mold that was growing.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, guys, listen. If you have just a drywaller, from one drywaller to a non-drywaller, if there's bubbling happening in your bathroom, don't ignore that. It could be nothing, but it could be something. And so, because we know that water can cause all kinds of things and it can affect your health in a very real way, don't ignore like spots of mold in your bathroom. Don't ignore bubbling paint for years. Please have that looked at. So it really does matter. So as far as that, please, the rest of you, continue to submit your homeowner horror stories on our website at chicksandconstruction.com. Super fun. You just go to the website, you scroll down a little bit, and you can just, right there, you don't even have to use a real email, apparently. Share your stories with us so that we can share that with other people, so that we can help other people not have the same experience, because there's nothing worse than learning, or then there's what's our catchphrase? There's nothing.
Learning the hard way.
Oh, there we go. I know it. Learning the hard way is overrated. So learning here is great when you share your homeowner horror stories so other people can learn from your mistakes. So that is at chicksandconstruction.com. And then, Jess, where can they follow us?
Follow us on all the socials, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram at Chicks and Construction
we
Podcast.
have to get a TikTok.
Yes, I know.
We do.
We're gonna end up on the TikTok.
We're gonna be on the talk. I'm old. I'm old in my soul. And I'm scared of TikTok. But everybody says we have to have a TikTok, so we're gonna get a TikTok.
We're gonna get a TikTok, and it'll probably be Chicks and Construction Podcast.
It will probably
just
be.
so that's all the same.
We should probably go ahead and secure that right now before this goes live because somebody else might grab it. Inside joke we can't tell you about,
but we will someday.
We will. One day I'm gonna spill all the tea. I'm gonna spill it. Also, apparently, I have to say this, which surprises me. It surprises me. If you like our content, it would be great if you would subscribe to it. Comment on it. We'll respond. We'll want to have a chitty chat. You've been wanting a chit chat with the Chicks in Construction? Put a little comment underneath our video. We'll respond. Don't be rude. Because listen,
we'll be rude back.
Spicy. She's spicy nice. I'm just spicy. So don't be rude. Unless you want to have a little rude exchange, because I can match rude with rude. I don't really want to do that, though. Let's be friends. So we would love to engage with you. And that helps if you will please subscribe. And apparently, I've been noticing this because as we've discussed ad nauseum, I would say, I only watch YouTube. And all the YouTubers are doing this thing now where they always say, it's free to subscribe.
It's free to do it.
I thought we all knew that, but apparently I have to say it. It's free to subscribe. So if you wouldn't mind, subscribe so that we could be friends and you could know when we post new videos every Tuesday. It's changed since we switched to the studio, so it's Tuesday evening. But get into the bathtub, turn on some Chicks in Construction, get the mood right. It's a vibe. We're here for you. We're here for your evening vibes. So yeah. Subscribe, please, if you wouldn't mind. Leave a comment. Get a little clickety clackety, and we'll clickety clack right back. I can't use my words today. My sounds aren't sounding, but we love you guys, and we are so grateful for all of your likes and subscribes that are coming. We know you're going to do it. We know you're going to subscribe. You're going to click the button, and yeah. So we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.